Hello everyone, we will solve today's LeetCode problem. This is find all duplicates in an array. This is LeetCode medium problem. So this question is given an array integer nums of length n, where all integers of nums are in the range of 1 to n, and each integer appears once or twice, and return an array all the integers that appears twice. So it's something like previous problems, right? The previous LeetCode problem which we have solved, that also needs to find more than twice, more than appearing once in an array. So we have to find that algorithm in O of n time, and we need to use only constant extra space. So I think the previous approach was what was the previous approach that which we have applied in previous problem to yesterday's problem. That was that we will go to every elements index, every values index, and mark it as -1. And whenever we get whenever the same number elements is present, then we go to that index and we will check that whether that element is already negative or not. If that is already negative, it means that value is occurs twice in an array. If not, then we will mark that negative, right? If you have seen previous video, then you will find that logic very well, because that's where I make you understand very well. So if you have any problem, then you can refer yesterday's videos for first, then you come to this video, right? So now we will solve this problem. Again, what we will do is we will simply move to this value index and mark it as -1. So here 4, here the value is 4, so we will move to its we will iterate from 0th index. So here is 4, then we will mark mark negative values at 3rd index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, this 7. So this 7 will become -1. Now we will comes to 3. Now this 3's value is 2, that is we will mark -2. Now we will see that this 2th index, right, then it means it's 1th, it is -3, right? So we will handle this -2. How we will I will take absolute value of this every element, so that if number is already negative, we will not get a out of bound error. So we will take absolute, and then we will go to that index and mark minus, right, if that is not already marked negative. Then we will go to 7th. So we will go to 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is -3, right? So we will move to -3. Now again 8, that is 7, which is equals to -1. Now here's 2 is already come, 2 is again come, which is already marked as minus. Then this can be our answer, right? This 2 can be an answer. This 2 is an answer. Now if we go to 3, then it's already come 7, which is already negative. Then this 3 will be also answer, and we will come to 1, which is 0, which is not negative, so we will mark it as negative. So if you see, this 2, 3 is an our answer, right? This approach is very similar or exact the same at the previous problem which we have solved yesterday, right? So we will, so how we are using only this given nums, so we are not using an extra array, so that the space complexity will be O of 1 and the time complexity will be O of n, because we need to iterate in whole array, right? So yeah, we will solve this problem. Now we will move, we need to also take a vector integer answer array. So if you see, we don't consider output array as an extra array, then we can only tell that the space complexity is of 1. If we consider the output array as an answer array, then you need to take the space complexity as a part, but generally we don't take it, right? So we will check that whether this absolute of num psi is greater than 0 or not, right? So we will check that whether this is less than 0. If this is less than 0, then we will push back this num psi in my answer, right? Because it already occurs previous, that's why it's already marked negative. Otherwise we will simply mark this as negative, right? We will simply mark this as negative, right? This num psi. So we need to mark this absolute num psi in all places, right? Otherwise we will if number is already negative, we will get an error. So we need to mark this absolute num psi at every places, because it can happen that it already marked as negative and we are trying to fetch that index value, right? And lastly we will return the answer value. Let's run the sample case. I think that will be good. Let's see. We got a runtime error. Okay, so we need to -1, right? We are going to see at 0th index now, so we will move to its -1 value, which will be -1, and this also will be -1. This will be -1. Sorry, this will not be -1. This will value the num psi. This will be -1. Yeah, I think now we are good to go. Let's see. Sample test case passed. Let's submit it. Yeah, we passed that all the cases. So it's a similar type of problem. You can refer to previous video if you not able to understand it, but I think that's a pretty easy problem here. Thank you. Happy Holi.